It's that time again. Oh, that mythical time where suddenly this stage is occupied by the creme de la creme of underground poetry. The best and the brightest. I love you folks, you brave poets. And of course, the ever-loving and encouraging audience. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If it weren't for you folk who come every week, and those experiencing their first live poetry reading at Cush, this would probably be another empty back room on a Tuesday. Fortunately for us, we are here. Why are we here? Because this is page 2 poetry at Cush, in the brain of Eugene, Oregon. Not the heart, the brain. And I am your host and evil overlord, James Otter.
Go, James.
I keep the time. That's why I am evil. Oh no! What does that mean? Don't you fret. Don't you fret. Oh no. As the timekeeping overlord, I have made a new time limit, which is 8 minutes. No heckling! There we go. Yep. That's 1 more minute than last week's 7. When your time is up, my alarm will go off and BAM! 8 minutes is worth all the fuck yes. Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah! Fuck 8.
All works must be original. By stepping onto the stage, you consented to be live streamed onto page 2 Poetry's YouTube. Oh yeah, baby! Page 2 Poetry's YouTube. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Wowzers, cowabunga! 1997 called, somehow. This poetry event is live streamed. That's right, under page 2, as in the Roman numeral 2, like 2 eyes. So, for you folks watching this at home, you know what I mean. This event is no competition. This is a loving community where you do not have to censor yourself. And anything, I mean anything, can happen. This is a drama-free environment, except on the stage. Because this stage is yours for only 8 minutes. Fuck yeah! Oh, I made you jump. If you attempt to literally shit on stage, you will be tackled and forcefully removed. That is no joke. No joke. None. Don't shit on stage. With all that said and done, can I get some vitamin P? H-U-K? Some fuck yeah? Fuck yeah? What the hell is that, Andrew? You normally you're like bellowing. Fuck yeah! That's more like it. Fuck yeah! All right. Can I get a fucking fuck yeah? All right. Awesome. Can I tell you one thing? It's a new poem I wrote. Semi-new poem I wrote. I wrote it like a month ago. Who cares? In a small town, everything is boring. The same streets, the same bars, the same parties, the same jokes, the same arguments. Total fucking time warp. Like living on a frozen computer. Nothing ever changes. Nothing noteworthy ever happens, and it's comfortable. Ignorance is comfortable. It's not challenging and it's not threatening. Most of all, I seek more, though. I seek a confidence that is impossible to gain in my current circumstance. Everybody has heard about the thinning in the sky. Everybody has heard about the UFO that crashed here several decades ago. And it's the only fame we needed since forever. However, there comes a time in silly little hick lives where they have to find a city mouse. I need to find my city mouse. And it's not enough waking up and smelling the oil refinery 2 blocks down. It's not enough to live peacefully in a quiet suburb where the loudest sound is the constant, heavy thumping of oil being massaged out of the earth. Some mornings I wake up expecting helicopters or surveillance drones, but I get nothing. Not for all my effort. Not even television. I got VHS tapes from the late 1990s and early 2000s. I got dusty copies of Time magazine. And I got permanent electricity with my solar-powered roof. In fact, most of the inhabitants of the uninhabited parts of this place are solar panels and wind turbines and stories. Big stories about dead people doing living people things. Tell tales about desperation and survival tales about things in the sand. I wish I could have interesting dreams, but for some reason I can't. What is art in a town without paintbrushes? This place is populated exclusively by the apathetic types of people who don't think big, who don't dream. This town isn't without its quirks. There's always the stories, phantom pets roaming around late into the night, cats with human faces, men without shadows, dogs that are shadows. I stay out late. It gets so quiet. I feel like I'm listening to the dust settle. Standing on my porch with my last smoke. If I was in the city right now, I would be hunting for another cig. Maybe hit up a marketplace where I am, everything is closed. Everybody but me is asleep, and I start to feel creeped out. The loneliness crawls on top of me, and nothing moves. In my backyard, I can hear a low breeze. The grass is combustible. Funny thought, what if I burned my house down? What if one day I snapped and all those stories came true? I would get a boner. I would have a genuine erection, and the world wouldn't need to know this thought got me so hard. The eeriness of the quiet, that silent thesis where anything could happen. Anything. A leprechaun could crawl out of a gutter and explode. A cat could scream. My neighbor could sleepwalk off his roof. Anything. And the best part is the jump. I would leap out of my skin. Nothing happens until it gets light out. I would like to hope someone here is afraid of the dark. Right now, I might as well be. How can I be scared when I can see the Big Dipper, the northern sky, the lights from a far-off city? One day, I decide to run away from this lame mess. I didn't have a very dysfunctional family. Yeah, there were the occasional drunken fights. My mom lost an eye in childhood, and my dad worked at some company, did some things. I was rather estranged from my parents. Then they died. First mom, she was hit by a drunk driver. My dad died from a stroke, and I am still living in the childhood home. Never moved. I was homeschooled and learned the way of the not doing shit. The night before I left was a true and painful mess. I had run out of food and I wasn't willing to ask for any handouts. So I stole a car. End of story. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Next up is Andrew. Give it up for Andrew. Oh, yeah. This is a tie-dye mushroom on my shirt. You could also think of it as a phallus, but really they're quite similar. I mean, you know. A semantic construction of reality. In an honest examination of the scenery around, we observe it is difficult to cut the seams of the universe from the cloth of us, without tearing the stars above apart wherein we are stitched, together by constellations of forces we relate to. We do not know what like know not mind, and so we know not, as if gods were agnostic, and interrogate what is intelligence, whereby they measure with finite tools the infinitely measureless in such a universe which no microscope or telescope has found the end of, and no equation has totally expressed, and no poem has proven is worth living in. And yet, where the end of wits is reached along the precipice of cognition, we understand, and that unending mystery, that wonder is not bolstered or plundered by a plethora of informational facts, or dogmatic beliefs, religious, scientific, or political. Love may be a chemical inside people's brains, and so God, but prejudice regarding this detail determines beforehand what you will allow this to mean. For description need not imply only one explanation. In this way, reason acquits all sorts of behavior and beliefs, and so is suspicious to be consorted with in matters of the heart. For a wrench can only do wrench-like things, but wrench-like things does not merely summarize human beings, for we are also measured by our limits and limited by our measurements. Still in our finitude, we are much more than a wrench or a hammer, but we are also the medicine to one another, and the artists which beautify environments. The heart would ask a word to speak of wonder, what it does bespeak, that the human spirit is not meek, it bulges at the edges of infinity, and in conscious reflection is a mirror to that part of consciousness which does not need to think. Consciousness, all is consciousness, to us who never experience anything more or less than this. Therefore, subjectively, we define what it means to be a self, and a pantheon of well-devised plausibility structures. The separation is not complete. The pseudo-academic and theological rush up above the atmosphere to cut the human limbs from the limb of a tree, and the brain stem from a tree stem, whether with resurrection or reincarnation, where lay the disassembled members of our animal psyche in the heavens, whereby we forget what it is to be, losing what it is to be free, when we ought to find renewal, not in days long past or a future near or a distant one yet to be, but from the wellspring of this scenery we humbly call reality, which we decorate and through which we are decorated. Instantly, in flashes, a lifetime slows down, transmigrating in Gaia's many forms and penetrating through Maya beyond the ether to discover our nothingness inside the elements. So though looking into nothingness, many have become atheists, looking into nothingness is an ancient practice of the mystics as well. Still, neither of these holds to their opinions perfectly. Like shores within each other's distance that love and death will erode the two of, reality and people change before our eyes stuck to perspective, a paradox of sight, and so you know, dear man or woman, of it does not matter what opinion you subscribe to, I will hear your opinion again and again,
and argue with you. I have my opinions too, like assholes they say, but they do not have me, for in no semantic construction of reality can you box me in. Truth, no truth, God, no God, all that shit. And so a spiritual skeptic may constantly reply, why, how, and by what measurement, but still find meaning in what is being experienced. I say, call the truly spiritual not necessarily the intellectual, but the beings aware that they are experiencing being, and one level up, that they are only that which they are, and all is only all that it is. You and I are all encompassed and all encompassing. Here persists the life love of humanity, and not in any system of thoughts or cultic path of life. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you. That was awesome, as always. All right. It's your turn, Kit. You are on. Let's give it up for Kit. Come on. Good evening.
Why get upset? I mean, really. After all, I did not pick poetry. It picked me. Always there lamenting its cause. Write me, write me, write me. And who, says I, shall listen? Write me, write me, write me. And I shall write the last, even more force, rhythm, beat, the steady beat, the wickedly debilitating beat. Time, William, oh Bill. When does one say yes? In a dream, a romance, quietly fated to grind, the grind, get it out, the maximizing of me in it for you, then do it again. The fever, I've got the fever again. A more introspective and exhibitionistic art you shall not find. A more there and you here and me and oh, there is nobody here again. So read it well, son, loud enough to wake them up. This church, the pulpit, a Golgotha. Jesus, you were a poet too. The cosine of the wave is a sinew of flesh. The vestibule, an entrance and an exit. Out, get me out, forever, ever out. To the extreme outness of out, I commit strong poetry, strong grog to revive the weary, the millions, the single solitaries. The ace, up there, up his sleeve, and the derringer in her corset. And lo, what came you to report, son? Beloved, best boy, what say you in the face of it? The silence enfolding both the beginning and ending of it? Shout, boy, or sing? I bring this daisy, daisy. I bring this rock, this daisy, this stick, this daisy, this rock, this stick, and I line them up along the fleet flowing footprints of our Savior who has ditched us again. Ah, Nobody to blame. Nobody to blame. For you see, I did not pick poetry. It picked me.
I didn't pick the poetry lifestyle either.
Lifestyle? Shit, that's what I've been doing.
Not right. No, anyway, we have a newcomer tonight. Come on up to the stage, enter through the poetry slot over there. Come on, Adam. Then give this guy some love.
Hello. I will be reading 3 poems tonight. I call this one Duality. Letting the darkness seep into every pore, watching the shadows play tricks upon the door, wishing I had light, but it is not meant to be. I am condemned to be in solitude and not meant to see. My innermost desires flaring like stars in the dark night sky, basing my entire life on this one fickle lie. This microcosm of the universe that is me shines brighter than jet black. After realizing this, there is no turning back. I sit and wait for heaven to envelop me in its sweet golden light, while the darkness surrounds me in the immortal night. History has proven I am meant to be here in this ghastliest of ways. The light tells me that this is nothing but a phase. Fighting the shadows, I reach towards the luminescent glow. My emotions act as battle scars in the struggle against the flow. Was I meant for darkness or for light? Maybe I'm not meant to know.
Thank you.
I call this one Star Stuff. Sitting on the ashes of my former self, I am a phoenix risen from the flames of self-destruction, the avenger of all the mistakes I have made. Determination is all I possess, a heart full of pain and a soul empty. I look up to the stars and declare my independence. Nothing will hold me back from attaining my goals. Desire is the fire that burns within me. My dreams are hues on the palette of my existence. I will not endure another minute of listless survival. I will shine through the darkness like the supernova that I am, collapsing into myself again and again just to prove myself worthy. There will be no roses, no angels singing, just the sound of my voice as I soar above the clouds and into eternal light.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I'm going to leave off with a kind of an angry poem. It's called Cinematic Bloodbath. Violence in the movies, violence in the streets. Violence is everywhere, even in the sheets of rain that fall and abuse you as you walk. Sun rays berate you as you walk and you talk. We talk about shootings like they're an abhorrence. When we eat, sleep, and drink, violence and torrents. We look up to the modern psychopath in movies like they're gods. When we witness shootings, what are the odds? The odds are pretty good, as I can plainly see. Violence is the moneymaker on TV. Blame mental illness, blame the lame sod, but never blame the elites. Money is our god. We work all day and then pay to see someone die on camera. Maybe if you put your money elsewhere and see people hammer a few nails into the planks of sanity. Instead, we pay people for their vanity. I could go on and on, but I will not. Just remember, you're the one paying to see somebody get shot.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh man. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. And I love you guys. All right. Coming up to the stage, Will. Come on, Will.
Hey. Alrighty. First off, I'm just gonna open up, use some of my 1 extra minute by just saying that I fucking love each and every one of you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking awesome and everything. So I'm gonna start this off with my writing style went silly. So here we go. Twitter. What the fuck is Twitter? It's made me a bit of a bitter critter, because holy shit on a shitter. There's a lot of fucking bullshit on Twitter. Tweets, tweeting, thoughts fleeting, dipping your hands in shit as if you were eating. Makers of Twitter, what were you conceiving? I suppose it doesn't matter much. The results are as such. Social media is a crutch for the good and a soapbox for the wicked to brainwash those already sickened by the common condition of being stupid as fuck. 200 posts a day from not Will Ferrell and one cat picture from a woman named Carol, probably Ferrell. Stares from those external view this infernal mockery of debauchery and awe. The feeling is naturally raw and untamed. Watching a demon without a name devour the lame with eyes of a dame. Binging and purging on energy surging, misinformation and propaganda merging into Twitter. So fuck Twitter. Yeah, I said it. Come on, everyone, let's all go to Reddit. I swear I'm not trying to copy you, Godzilla, with the reading off the phone thing. I just,
You're good. You're good.
I hope it's on Twitter.
I don't have that copyright.
I've spent most of my life in areas rural. I defer you to the curl of Mother Nature's smile cast wide. Smell of salty air coming in with the tide. I'm enjoying the ride, quite beside myself, honestly. The trees were skyscrapers that did taper to clouds that looked of shredded paper in Mother Nature's beautiful caper. The rivers and creeks were alleyways and back streets, and the back seat of a 95 Ford was a great way to get somewhere cooler to smoke weed. Checking my plants on the sunrise, doing a dance in the dirt, I surmise that small town life is not as I romanticize, at least not all of the time. Adulty things like jobs and shit are hard to find in an empty pit. I basically spent 22 years of my existence in the same small cave by the ocean. When a white light from the north burst forth like an explosion, I felt the erosion of the veil of the hermit theologian that lived in my ventricles. The spectacle was incredible, a bit intellectual, and the physical me was afraid. But I made it here, giving no fucks, with nothing but my clothes and like 43 bucks. Throwing resumes on rainy spring days, the goddess belayed her blessing with haste. Illuminated smile on her face, I bathe in light of emerald. My energy settled, I move away from the ephemeral, for now that my eyes are open, my words outspoken and introspection woven, fuck yeah is my slogan. I stand alone and wait for what will gravitate. All right, last one. I'm going to try to take this here. When you sit next to me, you feel my heart made of stone. You probably don't even know you're sitting in a queen's throne, but the throne continues to be vacant. I was once complacent, even hastened, if you will, for someone to sit there. Shit, I would be happy if anyone sat anywhere in William's court of fuckery, but a sucker seems to be born every minute, and I am no different, you see. I once had this thing called hope. It was pretty cool. It was nothing actual, but had only one rule. It couldn't exceed the confines of the box. Well, I went and built temples with my hope as if they were rocks. When flocks of sullied hands have turned my temples to rubble, they say I don't see the trouble when I can see the fires blaze from the hovel. So the court gets more forts, the temples turn to dust distort. I retort that there is nothing but love in my temple. From the sparkle in my eyes to the pain in my dimple, there are no lies, and the answer is simple. Simply get off the ground and keep it fucking moving, bro. If you're not moving forward, then what the fuck are you doing, bro? You're moving slow. So the temple's newly built of obsidian, thick steel doors that no one can get in, not even the minions, with little pointy things that etch etchings of self-hatred on my temple walls. And through the halls the sirens call but get no response. My temples I no longer flaunt in hopes a pigeon would get caught and I could feel its fluttering heart, if only for a moment, before it flew away. Thank you. Thank you. Hot diggity damn.
I'd like to say fuck Twitter as well. That was fantastic. Fantastic. I'm loving it. I am loving it. And now it's Jesse's turn.
All right, Jesse.
Now I summon Jesse. Summon a round of applause for Jesse.
I love everyone in this room equally, just not their smell. That was just a joke. Seriously. Disco ball effect, rainbow rims, telescopic lens, DNA code riders, snakes in time and space. You're welcome. No one ever says you're not welcome. Source code, staring into rainbow fire pits, glowing cowboy fire lit lights, interdimensional space travel flights. Is your mind rainbow flames? Rainbow flames? Keep it primal, shifting, moving, burning. Reverse holographic antimatter light crystals that link up representationally in light point structure in reference to the actual molecular pattern form of particular / physical crystal type, exactly crystals of pure light. In the instructional informational projection, direct shadow silhouette effect, when viewed by the viewer, caused by unbreakable variables changing form function according to the use of intention with channeling thoughts from consciousness, eternal void of light and dark, and vision being the crystal itself. The acceptance of senses amplified through endless exponential growth, sensing endless light, endless structure and crystalline form, endless in between the knowing of the crystal substance and its light form, crystalline conscious projector. There's a middle ground of fields that cause vibrations to specifically form tones from shapes caused intentionally crystalline in design every time.
All right.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, we have another newcomer. Come on up to the stage, Slash.
All right, Slash.
Give him some love.
Okay, that's my guitar player. We're gonna try something new.
That
We
is
tried
what
this.
it's
We
about.
made this up.
Use the mic.
Now, here we go. As I begin this, I think, where has all the love gone? Hasn't that been what we all were supposed to do? All along, I see so many people lost, balled up with no expression. Fast as an eruption of my mind, the swirl of exploding time. So I slash through another rhyme. Sympathy-filled, brush through a flame of charged energy, bringing down temples of hate and bringing up walls of fate. Clustered of nameless speech, just waiting for someone to grab, embedded between the cracks of time. One-way visions of unknown lives, fossiled by our own genetics. I see nothing, you see nothing until we teach. We learn nothing until we teach. We hear nothing until we teach. We are nothing until we speak. Pretenders of evil, clog ears to block out the world. Travel around, pretending you're real or perfect. You'll die slowly and I'll never know what love is. Or really is it to you? Approaching sudden death, unbelievably the worst bus I ever had. The course of the love never did run smooth. But if you would be loved, love can be loved. All you need is love. For it was into my ear you whispered, but into my heart it was not my lips. You kissed my soul. There is no remedy for love but to love more. As a wind extinguishes candles and the fans of fire. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. For love is the condition in which the happiness of another person is essential to your own. But don't judge, you will have no time to love them. So love, just love. A power as miscellaneous of brain matter has over-circuit the world's gravity. Thousands of already unspoken words sitting on the shelves of our masterminds. Till the end of what all is this possible? Could there be many questions unanswered through the pathways of cluttered things that are easier said than done? Listening to your own mind, but making no sound, asking for treasures not even found. Will anything matter at the end? Will the world really have a story? Or does it all of us have to worry? After the time of your presence, the only thing we're waiting for is what we will call home. After we move on, that's why most fear the end, and that's why most of us is gone. So manifest your beginning, middle, and end, so that your story moves through life like the end, like your wind.
We really worked this up. Like,
Yeah, no, we did. The ripple effect of each person's mind is infested with dangerous closed doors. Wandering brain cells have escaped the minute another tries to open those dangerous closed doors. The wild card has been drawn with the small hourglass slowly running out. Each person has no idea what to expect, but always wake with the thought, we are alive today. So why not cherish before your hour runs out and we all go away?
I swear to God, we need a soundtrack. Oh, wow. All right. Come on up to the stage, Mo. Come on up to the stage.
Go. Come on, Mo. I've called myself the designated driver poet before because I'm like the old lady poet, and I am feeling it so much tonight. That was fun. In fact, where's that guy on the guitar? Really using you right about now.
Well, there you go, another one.
Okay. Once and for me, I get so easily drowned out, not always, though sometimes because you're too loud, and sometimes, not always, because I'm too silent. I've heard it said that schizophrenics and the autistic stumble by giving the same weight to each and every matter, and I'm most often this way, if I'm being perfectly honest. Reticence has taken its toll. The price being paid, I once believed too costly to revisit, but now it seems more manageable and way more annoying. But then, redirect? Yes. Lift my head out of the water. Where sound is so naturally distorted, and uncoil and heave myself straight up and out so fast and release the breath that allows me to hear my own laughter, loud and strong, like before. Then lift my eyes from the strain of the microscope and take several giant steps backward, widening to a panoramic view, releasing the grip minutia has had on me, and once and for all, no, once and for me, just for me, redeem any opinion I once had about my life.
Cheers. All right. So, let's see how many posts we have. Ooh, we are deep in the juicy middle. Ooh, the juicy middle. So you know what I think we should do? I think we should all stand up for a second and stretch ourselves, stretch our arms. Ah, yeah. All right. Okay, now I think we should sit back down because it's poetry time. All right. Colin, I summon you. I summon you.
Good evening.
All right, quiet down, y'all.
GODD, Music of God, 50 songs for the Renaissance. I love the first week of June. It's all about the roses. It's all about the roses. Roman numeral L. Giving away the ending. I love you all very much. Thanks for being here and being so supportive of everybody. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. We're going to turn love from a word into an experience. Here we go. Until the only noise left is the chatter of rivers. One day's passing, one river, with sagging embankments. Odor of old leaves singing the melody of forgotten shoes and feet bruised violet. One jade canopy of time, one gregarious woodpecker, where nothing is won and nothing's safe to be lost, where we give this song that was ours back to the ancestors. Black heron ransacked the mud, knows how to laugh, lives in the smile of rain-soaked linden boughs, one sordid memory of an eagle electrocuted in silver industrial wire fades. One bowl of wind, one reverent sheath of moss, one spoon for our lips to share, helps us to remember how to enlist cosmic generosity, flowering iris of sky dusk, satchel of tea, or blue wine. One luminosity, one dark light, one softness, one firmament, one undulating hum. One home where noises melt together and only love and rivers chatter. One remorseful silence. One sea of grass, one enchantment, two trees, one hammock. One place to be free to eat the sky, moon dipped in evening cloud of milk, star spackled licorice of night, where chortle of cracked oak limb falls, like cinnamon bark to stir our medicine, frog concerto, G-sharp minor, throats soak in winery of lavender, wild dandelion whiskers, mild grind of cardamom. One prayer for the seasons, one gourd for the rains, one sort of lightning glows. One chariot made of dust, one uncarved black down the mountain rolls, one rope made from sweet grass burned, and the seams between things disappeared in one loom's low. One hand in another hand, one sprig of rosemary clasped a hair-grown log, one soil upon our knees, one coiled snake asleep in the ragweed, old owl coo like some monk, maiden mask of maple on the floor of Mother God, infinite light metals under the hair beneath her nose, and with the grief of dying youth, new birth in the summer of human life is coming now. Balances heart pulse with river tango, dancing through cedar more easily together. One porridge for the crows, one orange cloud patch for the hawks, one wild raspberry with salted laughter to bathe in. One human at a time finds a tribe, answers a prayer from redwood lichens. one mantra for the rest of our lives, sung with light or heavy tone, until the only noise left is the chatter of rivers. One saint kneeling on the road, fasting, yet bringing forged mustard for a stew. Who bathes? One virulent poppy. 10,000 drops of dew like distant lights finally come. Welcome home, welcome bone. One human spirit, one bride, flesh. One side stone over 10 life spans, one needle of nettle one day in June, one rainbow bloom, one rose. A cheek become nature's canvas, a path into ourselves begun. One chimney char with roast acorn, squash, and honey. One smoke, the color of twilight, sounds like the ocean. Eat our pollen, sing the bees. Eat our flowers, sing the sowers. Rest your weary souls, sing the hills. And in each etching of the union of our genius, we will find resolution in the curious beckoning and sprawling of vines. And in autumn, we will hide. And in spring, we will peak. And in between, we will learn to hibernate in the womb of the earth, until the only noise left is the chatter of rivers. And then, by summer, we will craft new paths of old dirt roads, knowing why the winter is marked by tombs, knowing thus the winter is warmed by fire, knowing the deeps, knowing the one breath who gave life to us too. One river, one garden of silt, one trumpet of daffodil, one leaflet of tears, one map to find the spring, one match, it burned the map, one moon to sink into the sea, until the only life left crawls back into the rivers, and one chorus will sing these blues. One holiday of music, one husk of sandalwood, one blessing diffuse in the water and in the wood. One malt of magic, one straw hat, one cast iron pan, one grade of sunken consciousness, one placid lagoon where peace comes in the visage of exploding stars, but we hear nothing save the blue melody of the river. One broken hunter's bow saves this house from caving in. One stitch at a time, one flinching cape of sage for the shadows, for Shanti. One vein, one blood, one kiss, one river, one soul. We have called it the world. It is the song of one river that 10,000's chatter dissolve. It's many musics. One harmony's harmony, one karma, one selenite dream, one teal damselfly, one gray hair, one sonnet, one free verse cozy for the ruin. One sore tooth of garlic healed the fever, one smudge of paint pressed firmly on our faces, one whistling harpsichord of a cricket, no herring you. One gentle stretch of our backs, one hike to the summit, one fallen branch laid with usnia, one grunt of passionate release of someone else's curse as we reach the summit. One of us collapses into the other. One of us is a collagen to the universe, one antiquated rhythm, one muse, one chagrin, one laughter, one hilarious retreat into the thickets, one home to reunite the maker with the builder, one furious hearth of love then made together, one futures past, one gesture to comb back bangs, one quaff of sweat soak the hay, one water to cool us, one nest to untie us, one set of wings will set us free again, one iris, one kite, one bite of pear, one jovial fox run away with our melon rinds from yesterday. One day while we sing again in the cradle of salted night, one caterpillar somewhere will hear this song and disappear into a cave of no time. One cauldron, one oath, one cosmic joke, one blood, one boon, no possessions, no countries, neither currencies, no rate of exchanges. One gift, life. One free will, one animate flurry of mist, one yellow wrap of yarrow, one salutation, one fallen timber made a bridge, one tinder, one fire, one silence kilt of thunder. One will become one with one. And we will be the peace that love has made, for to ease these wounds, aid this age to end this hell. One long road, one vessel, one ride, one ocean found, one return to the source, one yawning quietude, one drum of your heart, one last dance until the world calms down, until the only noise left is the silent chatter of the river.
That was quite the journey. It's quite the journey. We have yet another newcomer. Come on up to the stage, Jeeves. Let's do a warm welcome to Jeeves.
Care if I drop this a little bit?
No. Make yourself comfortable.
I'm glad you guys are in the mood that I'm in. I came to talk about love too, and you guys are. I'm like, what are they going to talk about? I'm like, wow. Everyone's all like, love. I love this fucking room. I love you guys. Are you up? Hi. All right. First, we're going to talk about tough love, because sometimes you got to give them some.
Yeah, that's
And then we're going to talk about love, just love and how we're going to fix shit. But first, this is called 3 days sober. If you know somebody like this, just testify. Who are you talking to anyway? Couldn't care less to hear another word you have to say. It's just another drama game you play. It's all fucking lies. Everybody knows you ain't slept in days. Walking around in circles, grinding your teeth and digging through ashtrays. I wish you'd move 1,000 miles away. Match your eyes. I don't give a damn about 3 days sober. You keep singing the same song over and over. Wonder if you know who. Keep trying to prove it to. Either get busy living or get dying over. Don't you ever get tired of looking over your shoulder like somebody's after you. And until you finally do, get on your high white horse and ride. You go so fast and I can't watch your slow suicide. Probably see you on the other side. I could be wrong. 2 things in this world I just can't abide. He's a liar and a thief. You've been both to me too many times. So get on your high white horse and ride. Fast and long. I don't give a damn about 3 days, so you keep singing the same shit over and over. Wonder if you know who you're trying to prove it to. Either get busy living or get dying over. Don't you never get tired of looking over your shoulder like somebody's after you. Until you finally do. Kindly fuck off. Really not sure if we're like, hey, I love you guys now. It was a test. And you walked out. I had to get 8 minutes, and that was like 3, so I got to do this. All right, hang on. All right. It kind of speaks for itself. This is called Maybe Me and You. Like everybody here. Hours for dollars didn't make no sense. Wasted 13 years of my life feeling broke down and intense. Finally picked up stakes, packed my bags and headed west. 8 years later, I'm still on the move. Seen a lot of pretty places and moved from state to state. Met a lot of smiling faces, made some friends along the way. Found me some beautiful girls who never quite learned to stay. Guess they've still got something to prove. Open my rise to find life a brand new day. Got me this flat top box and I learned how to make it play. I've been standing here wondering what it is I'm trying to say. Think I finally found my groove. Dreams about green bottoms and light and doves. Lately I've been losing sleep over eagles we can't rise above. Witches season for treason when push comes down to shove. Wondering what we're gonna do. Can't fight fire with fire, or you just keep losing ground. Some damn fool seems bent on burning down the town. So take a good hard look inside and then take a look around. Still fighting all this through. Maybe me and you can remember what we started fighting for. Try and learn to love one another just a little more. Take a giant step, walk right through the door into something new. Maybe me and you. Maybe me and you. I love you guys. You are not getting newbie, but you are not getting. No, you are. There we go.
I'm having one of these moments. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Anyone that says music isn't poetry can eat poop because they're wrong. Music is poetry. That was fantastic. Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a curious thing. I didn't mean to offend anybody.
Dude,
I know.
You didn't offend anyone. Plus, you know, I mean, you can do what you want. You know, I mean, you didn't. You're good. Anyway, let's give a warm welcome to Maddie. Warm, give him lots of love, lots and lots of love. Yeah, definitely.
I wrote this when I was in California, when I was home.
All right.
Like, maybe a week and a half ago. And it doesn't have a title because I don't like to title my poems. I don't know why. But. Okay. Crisp, clear blue air, blowing, tunneling, white light. Where am I? Moving fast, time passes. Warm, fresh scents tingle my nose. Gentle bodies collide time to time. Breathe in, breathe out. You are here, you are alive. White smoke swirls into gray sky. Ah, ah. Fresh and smiles. Lips are parting and reaching out. Grab my hands, tickle my sides. My, oh my. Cheeks graze other cheeks, bright, bright pink. Curls across her forehead, dangling by the sides of her ears. Eyes bright, eyes light, green. Lemon smells arise. I am alive. Golden bronze gliding by. My, oh my, I feel alive. Drops of gray sparkle in her hair. Raindrops graze her arm. We feel so far. Do you ever wonder how that moment tastes if it lightly touched your lips? Broken hearts, blurred, crowded minds. I don't feel alive. I think about you from time to time. Oh damn, those eyes. Freckles fall upon your face. When I inhale smoke, I taste your lips. But most of all, I feel your hips. Every piece of you puts itself together in the dark corners of my mind. Your eyes meet mine. Your lips part for one last goodbye. I don't feel alive. As the white air enters my throat, I choke. The moments shared with you pour out. But darling, it hasn't been weeks since I smoked. Stop the nightmares, stop the shouts. Darkness bursts.
Oh, wow. You know, poetry is pretty addictive. I'd say it's even more addictive than cigarettes, which is a good thing. It should be. Anyway, I summon you, Josh. I summon you. I summon you.
Oh, hey, that's the right height.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. Oddly enough, we're the same height. Good evening. Wow, what a great crowd here. I've been here when there's 5 people.
That's good too.
And usually I read to one, me. I'm going to try 3 poems today. First of all, I want to say that I came to this trying to get back into the thought of poetry, and just being in this group, man, you guys are so wide open. It's inspired me. I've started doing some little scribblings again. So here they are. Many of them are short. We'll do an observation, then a very personal poem I wrote this morning, and I'll try to end with whimsy, as I always do. This is called About the Song, and I like to title my poems because I think that the title has part of the experience of the poem. Just my opinion. About the song. Don't worry about the song, or who wrote it, or what it means, or why you're singing it. Realize only that you are the music.
That's right.
And that the song sings itself.
That's right. Yeah, I am.
I learned something about painting from a friend of mine. We were out painting and she talked about how to lay down the colors in the right order. And it reminded me a great deal of my Uncle Millard. And I went to visit Uncle Millard when I was like 10 years old. He was quite a man. Here, this is called, and I wrote that at 10 this morning, Uncle Millard and the Darkness. What color would you lay down first? Uncle Millard, the black sheep of the family, the drunk, the brilliant mind, the wasted life, a streak of cruel masquerading as absurdity, the drink, always the drink, and a degree in commercial art. Never dangerous or cruel to me, he had no friends, and I loved him for his dangerous absurdity, his friendless austerity, because he saw me as a person, not a child, and for his art. It was not so much in his works, they were scant, but in the way he saw things, including, of course, me, and the way he talked of things as if we were equals, as if I understood. On a rare visit, we stood on his porch and drank in the suburban night, redolent with city noise and pools and points of light. What color would you lay down first? Around us was the dark, warm and embracing. Black, I replied, black because it's night. He smiled his Uncle Millard smile at me and called me muscles for brains, a loving term dripping with absurdity. Yellow, he said. You would lay down yellow. Then we took a secret walk to his secret store to buy more liquor. He never explained why the yellow. I never visited him again. He moved on down a darkening path to his appointment with sadness and a failing liver. I got his furniture and a photo, but never an explanation. Decades passed. Occasional flashes of that suburban night pricked with electric incandescence, forgotten brushstrokes, an empty bottle. Until one day, a friend, an artist, invited me to the garden to paint bright flowers. You lay down the background color first, she said, then apply the other colors over it. My flowers and trees that day were pathetic. I had never painted before, or understood the quiet strength of underneath, or Uncle Millard, drowning in alcohol, crying in the night with brush and form and thought, and the unknown song of his heart. He told me the secret when I was a child. We lay down the light and covered it with darkness. Well, let's see. Do we get one?
You made me well up.
This is a tough one for me to write. Do we want whimsy? Are we ready for
Whimsy, yeah.
Let me see if I can. Oh, I gotta get back in. Stop the timer! Stop the timer! I'm lost in the pages. Oh, no, stop the timer! Yes, you can. Yes, sure you can. You can do it. You can do it. Do I have time?
4 minutes.
Move the darkness.
Yeah, you have plenty of time. You got like.
Oh, I don't think I wrote it down here. Oh, darn. Well, gosh, Rudy, I didn't put in my whimsical poem. So we leave with Uncle Millard.
Well, goodness me. And then there were 3.
Dun, dun.
That's right. Oh man, it has been a good night. Lots and lots of epic poetry. Epic poetry. And look at this epic crowd. Oh my God, I love you guys. Now it is Gabriel's time. It is Gabriel's time. Enter. Need some adjustments? All right, there you go.
Hey guys.
You guys make me blush and feel. I feel like I'm in love, like when I was a kid. Just with the moment, you know.
So, this poem is called Enigma. Enigma. Imagine a vagina that opens wide the moment that your eyes shut. What? Listen. Imagine an equation that manifests itself as all creation. Wait, what? Listen. Imagine levitation. Take a breath out. Take a breath in. If you'll allow me, I would like to sum up the matrix. I'm about to break it down to the basics. We are a web of interweaving identities and ideas. We are energy embedded in a seed, being unleashed upon a never-ending sea of receiving and sending signals that is constantly perceiving, projecting, and bending itself. We are patterns where the language of matter assembling symbols, where the letters of the ladder that gradually make your skin grow are the same that make the gravity shackle us and the wind blow. Questions? Yeah, I didn't think so. See, we are magnetism, casually dancing to the galactic rhythm, algorithms adding, subtracting, and finding balanced digits, cataclysms leading to passions and lasting happinesses, atoms spinning, crashing and clashing until their mass is different. Mass extinctions happening faster as man commands us, physics, factories, mechanical drones, extraction, passivism, capital. The managing class has us in a bad position, but we have to give them our permission, so listen. Woo! I need you to imagine a vagina. The kind of one you want to be inside of. Now, yeah, right? Like what? Okay. Now, I want you to imagine that the woman it's attached to, imagine that that woman's being tied up. Now, directly to her left, there lies a tiger in a cage. I see the fire in its eyes as they light up. And directly to her right, there lays some paper and a mic. I walk over to her side and pick the mic up. And softly I explain to her the only way to freedom I have found as of yet is myself. And that she will have to figure out the means of her escape, but that doesn't mean I can't help. You see, I asked her to explain to me the way that she'd been feeling without being overly revealing. and she told me that she felt like she'd been loved too much, yet not enough, so she was leaving. I told her that I understood I'd never fully understand her, and thanked her for her kind banter, then walked away and left her in the middle of the path in between a stack of paper and a panther.
Yeah.
So, I need you to imagine a vagina. One that functions kind of sort of like the mind does. And if you take the time, you'll notice slowly folding in the lotus is an image similar to what's inside us.
Yeah.
The image of the symmetry of every living being, from a bee to you and me to a virus. It's the writhing return to the one true moment, the eye of my divine silence.
I love it. I'm loving it. Oh man. Now it is time for our penultimate poet. Do you all know what penultimate means? Second to last. All right, Forrest. Come on through the poetry slot.
Okay. Story time. It's called Negation. Negation.
Negation.
Okay. Thank you for it.
Yeah. Two 16-year-old American boys appear with a flash of orange light in a dark back alley, gripping two handles of a thick disc-shaped device covered in analog dials and small screen that reads September 10th, Munich, Germany, 1919, 7:40 p.m., along with latitude and longitude coordinates. Sky, a blonde boy, is wearing a black zip-down hoodie with a Glock 45 stuffed in the waistband of his jeans. The brown-haired boy, Dashel, is also wearing a black zip-down hoodie, yet sports sweatpants. He proceeds to vomit behind the nearest trash can. You really can't hold it down, Dash, Sky sniggers. Moving through time doesn't make you feel like utter shit. It does, but I'm not a huge idiot like you. I have to keep my hand steady. It's hard to hold back with the fact that no one has carded us since we got here a week ago. Besides, I already did my job tracking him down. Dashel writes himself, spits a little more, and motions to Sky for the time and space travel device. I'll carry it for now. You can't have any extra weight throwing off your shot. Now, come on. We have to make it to the street corner before 8 so we don't miss the time window. What? I thought we were already in the right spot. Why didn't we just zap to where we needed to be? Don't you think the locals would just look over two wacky-looking young guys like us bursting out of thin air? Sky stays silent and hands the device to Dashel. The two boys begin to shuffle out to the street. They look around, turn left, and begin to trudge down the main thoroughfare. Several German nightgoers gawk at their attire as they pass under the dim street lamps that line the cobbled road. Man, it blows that no one's gonna recognize us for this, pouts Sky. Sky, we're here to save literally millions of lives. Not for medals or to get on the news or whatever. Yeah, even if we took a video of it, everyone would just think we were weird murderers and freak out on us. I'm totally going to get a toothbrush mustache once we get back to though. It's going to be cool to meet my grandfather after we travel back to the present, assuming he didn't die of something else besides Nazi bullets before I was born. Sky laughs. Knowing your clumsy-ass family, he definitely did. You can hardly graze a target with this piece, gesturing to the protrusion in his pants.
You're lucky I was stupid enough to steal it. My dad's gonna piss all over me when he finds out I took it. He cleans and fires the thing weekly. It's kind of creepy. Plus, that gun kicks hard. Remember, time stops in the present when we move around. You'll be fine. You're lucky that I'm here to man up and take the shot for you. I wanted to pig out and eat like in ancient Rome or watch gladiator battles, but no. We just had to come to pre-World War Germany and kill Hitler. We're lucky we found the dang time machine in that sketchy, condemned hospital on the edge of town. Do we even deserve it if we don't right some wrongs in history before goofing off? How do you think we could even hack it in Rome? Neither of us know how to speak Latin. Yeah, and you know how to speak German. All they do is furrow their brows when we ask people where Adolf Hitler is. Half the time you're looking in the German to English dictionary anyways. I could do that. Well, you didn't, did you? So get off my back. I got the name of Hitler's favorite beer hall and the time he typically shows up. Sorry we couldn't watch people murder each other in a dirty pit or whatever. Yeah, I'm just getting tired of eating nothing but hard rolls and bratwurst. I'm happy we can finally leave this boring-ass time period after this. Sky continues to follow Dashiell. The density of lit windows increases as they enter the dining region of the city. They come to a four-way intersection and stop. Okay, so the beer hall is over there. Dashiell points to a building with a sign above it, the doors that reads, Haus mit Hunde. I don't know which direction Hitler will be coming from, so it's best if we wait here at the closest cross street. You better dial the date of our present before we see him, Dash. I'm not about to get arrested and stuck in the early 1900s with you. Damn, that's the only constructive sentence that's come out of your mouth, Sky. I imagine if this device was confiscated and some German cop figured out what it does, all of history would be beyond fucked. Dashiell turned the appropriate knobs to send them back to their own place and time. Sky peeled his eyes at every face and bound for a house mit Hunde. Oh shit, it's him! Sky's voice wavered. It's Adolf fucking Hitler. Sky points at the slim young man with a toothbrush mustache advancing on the beer hall from the street directly opposite the two boys. He's walking pretty fast, Sky. Do you think you can shoot him before he gets to the doors? Yeah. Sky's voice wavers again, his body frozen still. Pointing at the briskly paced man, the pistol remained sheathed in his waistband. Oh, god damn it, Sky. This is just like when you didn't end up riding the super death coaster on our class field trip. Dashiell shoves the time and space device into Sky's now wary arms, lifts his hoodie up, snatches the gun from his waistband. He sprints madly towards Hitler, closing the gap within seconds of reaching the beer house door. Hey, Adolf Hitler! Genocide, this! He cries, firing the weapon point blank at Hitler's head. At the very moment of the would-be dictator's last heartbeat, both boys cease to exist. Their clothes fall loosely to the ground. The Glock 45 clatters on the sidewalk, and the time and space machine console shatters on the hard, cobbled stones.
Please tell me there's a part 2. Oh, that was awesome. Ooh, wow, you just barely dodged the alarm. Badass. Good work. Well, you know what time it is? It is time for the final poet of the night, which happens to be Jacob. Good to see you too, buddy. Fucking thank you, man. Looking good.
Now, if you guys have cell phones, I want you to write it and be my friend. 415-419-7785. 415-419-7785. 415-419-7785. 415-419-7785. 415-nicewhitemail@gmail.com. Nicewhitemail@gmail.com. Nicewhitemail. Gmail. Dodecamethylhedrin, my blinker always on, cuts world-est turning. I burnt my unibrow off this lighting spliff on the stove. Oh, it's quick in here. More of the meeting eyes, more forbearer fester heaving. Mike like I wane to tell her how sharing, terror.
I love it.
But for me, I fake grabbed my way out so much. Pouring, ever spattering, moxed, stouted, brewster packed in itself is less scaviatic, just fasting, not forgetting, just to remember that the tood is from the lack of food, then chuckle it off. For tood, like Alf of what it used to be, made to like more images like the rest of the books, the re-reckoned fucking Bellathropic Hapier toned like she made more of she knows who, bow blunted like she had rules but slowed her down hyper, broken knotted tools like we enjoy them when they twist in, hammer, clink on scratched bammer, bras half the way down to not wearing them, broken by men, she said, giddy stocking, felt righter than ever today. I want to hear the whole diary. I want to boot half down the same tree to transparency, because that's the way he won't get away. Come me croup bringing half away back, reversed back now, under re-rotate. Stillwind, we woken free of half the feels that the stomach provided clarity, just fasting for the indulgence of the harpsichordism me dorn I was weeded to push away. From not anti-grav, but slap and a half of growing. Me spoolish Calvin's hairdo, like half of hottest mix around. Home of the residual sound, not too big. Sop 10 up to ideas that adherence has fools. Wishes bout tightly, ingrained to reward tartan. Class, now gotta put it away. Make a cry and helpiness and love to reel. Roo, 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 reel, run, duh, huh, on my saint. I wish I could re-flip, mahla hate it, right is to might crip tip, rip up toll, call, fidge, jip, gets it to me, tech in, take in, get it whole, pit, mit me, we, kier, air, grit, rex, clip, kib, like I like kin, my kin est raw stick vix to tiv time tiv ear rear fuck shit still shit we is it life and you think you can strange so strange walk on 4 on the war. I'm not going with my baby. There's a new update. It was a great way to waste your life. I'm the only on paper do story story ever want quality aquarium quite quickly. Question quiz questions question quiz question about aquarium. Q was instead don't differ go hunk. No ounce. I love give but ignore it was not immediately known. Cess is the same S. So I could start saving some sort of so stupid she says she's so soft dead don't ask susto for Focko of a very vin friends. Rand is the I love you so much tiny theft kafand fidjand Arab and half hour hours and hito in heyday hidden to hey guys. Urgent ducks, kazinif, bixoff, bzin, bedoff, bsibid, hey, why not bidet too? It's nobody to bring to rear it to Bexac before big thick in my life and Jennifer bring change methyl. Whoa, wait, 8 more for me to plant C realizer teth rectal measure made from thalmic like bronzen bastards, foxen deet griop. He was the neab the same to the yeaf is twixt troven trube brooks tuples subjing Twitter, thick Twitter, Reddit, time to clap, popzilla brizza, the rithid here. New song is the Dahomlia, Dird Gray, the Troven, Haven time, Trucks, Clid time per ripped, Mexif Kiffer, fuck the dipper, big strapper, fuck a stripper, rocks and shit on the pipe pit, new ocean, whitened like dens, pine, eel, piku, piop, pio, Lopez, Emersley, IDHR, no, Bahau, and I don't Badoff. The fact is the most recent version in the first place for the event. Open to deck to get better till we all want Jesses. To turn so many Jessies, right? Yeah. Halfway out. Back to the end of it. Back inside for return. Laughing, playing balls, blazing telescoter, full moon, death classic for your rack bid over the high chilling spinic crutz big through the Valholic. Ray chattering made decisions in right moon classic veined to be the first place for a few weeks of a sudden. It was the best of the year and the first place in the while ago, but the only thing that would have to go back coiled. Galling half away from many things to say existences to poetry in the right of way. I'm not bored enough to revel in compy log. Enough of ganglia strip, my wits awash, mad asshole, any of your beep angry news. Watched most anchor, some heard not before the guarantee he was on the national show. 18 to 20 socks plaster, forward moving from transition to transition and into plasticity career-wise. 4 millennia's quate experience coming of age. Political or history, united and stated. New D framework, pressive collected for Johnson. Ideal population, Wea Reagan came in. Changed narrative, brought bills redefined. Party, new crap. Wherever possible, we should decide where resources allocated, delegated radical who reformed gens. English is the last line, so talking has meaning on however many segments we could come on my synergism.
Wowza, what a night, what a night. Oh, goodness. I'd like to thank all of you for coming to page 2 Poetry at Cush. Oh yeah, it has been quite the night. Now I just gotta wait till the stream is done. So yeah, we're still streaming, even though the show's over.